Also this weekend, Sasha, little team called Liverpool. Maybe you heard of them. Maybe you enjoyed their 1-0 win over Fulham on Wednesday night.
Didn't enjoy it that much, but I am enjoying the fact that they're trying something new. Winning games is one. That's an interesting one. But also how they're winning games. Because
what are they doing, Sasha?
Well, they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold in this new role. And you know what? So I went to Chelsea, Liverpool 0-0. It was dreadful, like genuinely appalling, two terrible teams. And then I saw that he's going to try Trent in midfield against Arsenal. And my initial reaction was, have you lost your mind? Like literally, have you lost your mind? Have you that much run out of ideas? They're copying the system. You're putting him there. I've seen it him try it once before at Brighton. I mean, albeit like 3 months ago, it was terrible because no one knew what they were doing. And I thought against Arsenal in this game. And guess what? It worked. And I think this is what Klopp does sometimes. He kind of tries to throw them in deep end and see what comes out of it. But I was always looking forward to seeing how it works live. And I went to West Ham Liverpool. And first half, I was genuinely, wow, this is brilliant. Because what happens now is Trent is in the middle, but he's everywhere. I think his defending even got better because he seems to read the situation, how to get back to right back, to cover better. He's also turning up in midfield in situations where he blocks passing lanes. You know, players sometimes automatically pass the ball to in a certain direction, and suddenly he's there. Why is he there? Why has he intercepted this? And then that first half against West Ham, and after the game, Klopp was like, wow, this was brilliant. Because not only is Trent moving, he's clearly worked with all the other players. They're all moving around him. And, you know, West Ham were quite defensive, but Trent threaded the ball through the middle to set up Gakpo. Now, I think it's not just Trent's positioning, it's also Salah moves better, and Gakpo now is playing like Firmino, drops back very smartly, and you could see the difference against Fulham because it was Nunez who was playing centre forward. And again, against West Ham, Nunez comes on, it's a completely different game because he doesn't hold on to the ball, he doesn't know where to drop. So I think what Liverpool are doing here now is not just Trent moving, it's also impacting other players, Curtis Jones coming in. So they're worth watching, I think, until the end of the season because they're building something quite interesting.
Okay, 1-0 against Fulham and playing here, another West London team who are pretty much on the beach, so...
Yeah, and I think at this stage, it's nice to pick up these wins, and I think it's a momentum they could take into next season. Of course, you cling on to like a little bit of the Champions League hope, but I think that's gone. But at the same time, I think Brentford present a different challenge as well.
Do you think that Liverpool are losing something? Because they're gaining a lot. He's produced a lot of assists in this role. He's getting a lot of touches. I've worked it out. He's averaged 113 per game. Ooh. He's making 88 passes a game. I think in 6 matches in this position, he's created 15 chances.
6 assists.
So, it's really working. Lots of through balls, from those central
What are they losing?
They're losing
Goals
the crossing.
conceded.
They're losing a little bit of the crossing.
I think he's crossing from a different position. I think he has had it before in his locker, so you're crossing not from the wing, but from the channel. So he does have that little ball.
What I noticed with the Fulham game, and obviously I was working on the other game, so I haven't fully watched the game, but I looked at I wanted to see how does this impact Salah? Because suddenly he's got the wing to himself in a way. And obviously when you've got a fullback that's propping you up, Salah can join in as a second centre forward. Now what happened in the Fulham game is actually the reverse. Yep. Most of his touches were basically on the line, on the chalk. He was playing like a proper winger. That isn't going to get the best out of Salah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like that because, say, against West Ham, what I noticed, Salah was coming inside a lot more. Henderson would drift wide and be the wide man. So I think...
They're working it out.
I think against Fulham, this wasn't the most optimal way Liverpool would play because I think they probably had to rest Gakpo for a little bit. I think Jones is getting a little bit leggy. So but I think the overall way, direction of travel, I think is a positive one. Yeah. And I think teams becomes much more mobile. Question mark I have over is Nunez because Nunez, this is where he drops out of the picture a little bit.
Well, maybe you'll get that question answered.
I've just
this weekend 3-1 to Brentford last time they faced each other.
Bad performance by Liverpool last time.
I've just fact checked.
Oh, yeah?
Sasha's interceptions theory. And, with a computer, it's this thing. Pretty cool. And 4 in that game, which is the most he's done in a game of season. So, yeah.
He also does tackles. And also, I think a lot of his performances, touches and passing, a lot of first half heavy. So they really go for it in the first half and it kind of tails off a bit in the second. But again, back to that West Ham game, what Liverpool did, that was the most complete, I think, Liverpool's performance away from home. Dominated first half. 15 minutes after the half time, Antonio drops a little bit. They try to figure it out. Put Thiago on for 10 minutes, strangle West Ham, and then just see the game out, nothing happens. And I think that's how you should play.
Yeah, very quickly, the very similar situation to Zinchenko at Arsenal. So basically, you've got 2 amazing ball-playing fullbacks that aren't actually that good at defending.
Right.
So let's just play to their strengths and supplement them in central midfield, because if we just kept them at fullback, they'd make mistakes anyway and have less of an influence on the game. So it is interesting.
Hello there. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to this channel? The Totally Football Show podcast is available 3 times a week, bringing you all the football news you could reasonably be expected to care about. We've got views, we've got stats, we've got analysis, we've got some of the best football writers around, and the whole thing is absolutely free. So have a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all the usual places by clicking on the link below.